Just 2 days to the official opening of the summer transfer window, and guess what? It is raining updates from Manchester United. Erik ten Hag is on the wheel. I tell you, there is a lot going on behind the scenes at Carrington, and guess what? If you love Manchester United and love Mason Greenwood, better get ready to get an Italian side chick, because Juventus are serious in their pursuit of this hot winger who unfortunately might be leaving Manchester United. Meanwhile, Arsenal yet again are following what we point at. Whichever player we want to sign, Arsenal to come through and try to show interest in them. Well, will Zirkzee choose Arsenal over Manchester United? Welcome to the United Sport. My name is Webb, and we are back again to talk Manchester United, energized by the confirmation from Ineos that indeed Erik ten Hag is staying put. Talks are ongoing between Manchester United and the agents of Erik ten Hag to try and see that they signed him to a long contract to keep him down, to just assure and reaffirm the fact that he's not moving a muscle. But guys, let's focus more on the update I'm here for. That is Mason Greenwood. Now, the latest that is coming through is that Manchester United has been approached seriously by Juventus, who want to sign Mason Greenwood. Now, Man United value Greenwood at about £42 million, but Juventus have tabled £25 million plus add-ons, including add-ons, and they seem to be progressing in their talks because the player himself has chosen to go to Juventus. Of all the clubs that wanted him, I think that's a respectable club, but Juventus have got to sell a few players like Chiesa, a few players they have got to sell to be able to get the finances to finance this move for Mason Greenwood. Now, this is coming through from Di Marzio, that is all the way from Italy. So United's deal will include a clause where United can get, of course, first of all, bonuses, £25 million, and bonuses, that's about 30 million euros plus bonuses. Then more add-ons, with United having a 25% scope from any sale. If Juventus go on to sell Mason Greenwood later on, United will have more money to pocket from that. This is according to what is just coming through. So it's looking to be, I think, a good deal, honestly, for in the eyes of Ineos. For me, it wouldn't be, because, of course, of how little I feel £42 million would be. But regardless, if Ineos feel like this is money that is going to help us in the summer transfer window, I think for me, I will have nothing to do but just back it. So that's the progress. Now, Fabrizio Romano has just come on and given us an update concerning Erik ten Hag and his situation at Manchester United, saying that talks between Man United and Erik ten Hag's agents are already underway and advanced, with all parties anticipating an agreement on a new contract. I spoke about this in my previous video. If you do want to listen more to the contract talks to Erik ten Hag, you can go back into that video and listen to it critically. Ten Hag is happy to sign and continue with the project, while Ineos want to give him a total trust for the future, and it is a work in progress now. Victory there for Erik ten Hag. Now, away from Mason Greenwood and Erik ten Hag's contract talks, of course, we keep talking now more about the players. Manchester United have made Bologna striker, that is Joshua Zirkzee, the top striker target to come in and replace Antony Martial. This is according to reports that are coming through. Remember, the transfer window is opening in 2 days. The 12th of June is when it will be officially open. Man United want to get off to a quick start when it comes to signing players in this transfer window. And the idea is to bring in a young striker. I think they want to bring head-on competition with Rasmus Højlund. Before, the idea was to bring in an older, experienced striker to try and give guidance to Rasmus Højlund, who is the ultimate striker we'll be looking at. But I think they are saying we can bring in a young striker with a lot of potential, just like Rasmus Højlund, to give him head-on competition, which I don't think would be the worst of options, especially if this young striker is good enough. If he's young and cheap, but also most important, if he's good enough and is cheap, for me, I wouldn't mind Rasmus Højlund having someone to keep him on his toes. For me, it does make a lot of sense. So that's exactly what we are getting. So they are looking at Joshua Zirkzee, this Bologna striker, who is hot, wanted by several clubs. Even AC Milan is believed to be interested in him. He's believed to be wanted by Arsenal. Remember, Arsenal are desperate for a striker. So it's going to be interesting to see what the race will be, how the race will look for this young striker, who to many is I think a promising a striker. He's Dutch, first of all, same country as Erik ten Hag, which I think again could be an advantage for Manchester United. The fact that he's a Dutch player. He has scored 11 goals and assisted 4 times in 34 games for Bologna in the last season. The previous season before that, scored 2 goals in 19 games. So that shows you a lot of potential to improve. And being 23 is the right age for a player to be improved or molded into something better. So that's where we are. We've been linked with Ivan Toney as well. But the big focus now for Ineos is to try and bring in the money, because all the players we've been linked with will require money to sign them. So the focus for Ineos is to get the money. Where will they get the money? So Mason Greenwood is one of those they're looking at. They're structuring a deal that would make sense. They're looking at selling other players, the likes of the likes of Scott McTominay. There is hope he could be leaving if there's good money that comes in. There are not so many to sell. Remember, the best cash that we have to add on with the sold players is about £50 million. So it's a critical stage for Ineos and Manchester United. But the fact that Erik ten Hag is on the wheel gives us utmost confidence that indeed they will figure out solutions and be able to find the cash to sign the players we definitely believe we do have to bring in. Now, there's been an update on Jared Brantwaite saying that Manchester United and Ineos have told Everton they won't be willing to meet their valuation of the player, because remember, after their 777 sale fell through, it didn't come to pass. Everton have got to put up nearly all their players up for sale if they are going to avoid administration. They have got big issues to deal with. So what is happening is that each one of their players is up for sale, and they will be hoping to rip off any club that comes desperate to sign their players. And Jared Brantwaite is their biggest asset. Sadly, he did not make it to the Euro squad by their boss, Gareth Southgate. Maybe that takes down his valuation, but Everton were still holding on for as much as they can from any club that wants to sign him. So Man United, according to reports, are saying they're not willing to meet their multi-million pounds valuation of the player, and they're saying they won't meet it. So Man United might inadvertently be forced to move on from Jared Brantwaite and look at other options. These are according to reports that are coming through concerning Jared Brantwaite. Honestly, with Lisandro Martinez, with Todibo, I personally don't think Jared Brantwaite was a priority for us to sign. So for me, if we do bring in Todibo, we can hold on with Jared Brantwaite. Promising as he is, I don't think he's a player we want to rush in and go for at a point in time like this when Everton are desperate for money and he's their biggest sellable asset. So for me, I think it will be a good decision for Erik ten Hag to look beyond him and move on to other players. For me, the focus should be on Joao Neves, talk of the striker, a backup striker for Hoyland, and a centre-back. If we sort those, trust you me, we will be in good hands. So that's where we are. For Sancho, again, I keep giving you the update. There is no turning back. Manchester United have decided that Erik ten Hag is on the wheel and Sancho will be leaving Manchester United. We'll be getting updates on where he will go. Antony too is emerging as a player of interest because now the transfer talk is on. Antony dos Santos has not been getting a lot of talk, a lot of attention because people have somehow been focused on Erik ten Hag. But right now, the focus is coming down to the players, and Antony dos Santos' future will be a point of discussion in coming days. And as we see right now, he's trending by the way on social media platforms. For what reasons, we might not be clear why exactly he's trending. But one card that Antony dos Santos has been trying to play is the card of I'm trying my best to get better. I had issues. I had the worst period of my life. I'm trying to get back up and get to performing ways. The reality is, if you're bought for £85 million, you're expected to perform instantly. If you are nearly a record player for a club, you're expected to perform instantly. Antony is young, but so was Pepe when he was signed by Arsenal, and right now he's struggling in France and trying to rediscover his footballing boots. I think for me, the price tag, and it's not his fault, the money that Man United spent on Antony is his biggest undoing. That is what will make it extremely difficult for him to convince anyone that he needs time to perform. So we are waiting to see how Ineos and Erik ten Hag are going to plan for Antony. The reality is it might be difficult to get a club willing to give them money. I don't know what their valuation of the player is. It should be less than 40 million pounds or 50 million pounds tops, honestly. Who is willing to meet even that, that amount of money? My thinking is Antony might be loaned out with hope that things might turn around for him and he would have a better season. So that's for me where I think we are. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen in the next weeks for Manchester United. But trust you me, if there is one thing for certain, there will be progress when it comes to players. And I will tell you, in 2 days, don't you be shocked if in the first week of the summer transfer window, Man United is signing a player. And I will tell you, for me, the player I believe will be the first signing for Manchester United should be Todibo. I'm still thinking Todibo will be the first player Man United will sign, given the fact that he's an Originist player, he's a centre-back, direct replacement for Rafael Varane, but also the fact that he's not playing in the Euros, we can confirm him. So for me, it will be good because United has got to come and make an early deal and give supporters the confidence that we are down with business, send a message to our opponents and show them that we're indeed serious in this summer transfer window. Ten Hag is on the wheel. That is a news wrap for the day. Well, it's raining updates today. Better fasten your seatbelts, subscribe, like, share, and be ready. Turn on the notification because I will be here all day to give you update after update after update after update here, powered by Uplift Causes. www.upliftcauses.org is where you can go and check out the job we do in terms of helping young people take charge of their mental health. It is a beautiful day with a big downpour, an early morning downpour. Certainly, it never gets better than this. Like, share, and I'll catch you later.